Hi, welcome to the audio commentary of Toy Story 2. Source of Zurg's power, floating AA battery.
Can't think of anything better.
One of the biggest laughs in the movie.
Yeah.
This is one of those things where I was just like, thank you. Can we get away with that?
There's always like collective silence in the audience. My God, how did they...
That was the point. We just wanted to make it seem like Buzz is so cool and he's going to do it, and then he just gets disintegrated from the waist up. I love Ham's introduction because the whole notion that lawn gnomes are alive as well.
I think we need to do a whole movie about lawn gnomes.
Shh.
Oh.
Sorry.
Lee?
I'm fired, aren't I?
Now, Buzz deciphering the license plate. Ash, I believe you have that exact license plate here in California, don't you?
Just by chance.
So 49 others of you out there in the U.S. can have that same license plate. Just not in California.
Little kids throw rocks at my car, though.
This is great. We don't know if any children today even know what record players are.
This is called a record player. It's a precursor to the CD player.
This is so fun to play with a record player, just like we used to. You know, everybody who grew up with record players, you would play it fast, you'd play it slow, you'd play it backwards. And I love the detail, even to the, if you look at the label in the center of the record player, it's Woody's nose. The hole is right where Woody's nose comes in, so the spindle looks like Woody's nose.
Which they did do on a lot of kids' albums when you grew up.
We worked so hard to make a strong female character in this film. It's something, you know, the first movie was made by a bunch of guys about the toys they had as kids and how they used to play with toys.
It's very much a boys' movie.
You know, but we really worked hard. Helene Plotkin and Karen Robert Jackson were the producers of Toy Story 2. They were really encouraging us to have strong female characters. My wife would not let me come home if we didn't have a strong female character.
And then Joan Cusack loved that, and some of the great stuff in this movie came completely from Joan, a lot of the story ideas, because she helped us further strengthen the idea of having a strong female character in the film.
It's that silent burp that we all know. It smells extremely
And we spent
bad.
about 2 hours in post-production layering those sounds with Gary, trying to find the most revolting, evil, foul-smelling belch.
And for those of you who have surround sound, you'll notice how it travels across your room.
And it's in your subwoofer.
He wouldn't have the ability to actually do all this restoration on the toy. He would just pick up a cell phone and call somebody.
Right.
So then we started thinking, well, okay, we need another character. Now this was kind of late in the game, and the producers and production managers just started freaking out because we can't have another character design one. We said, well, wait a minute, let's just use the character of Jerry from Jerry's Game. It was an Academy Award-winning short film that we did, and it was perfect. And so we brought it in, and we also realized this is great. This is like an in-joke that kids will get because Jerry's Game was on, as you all know, you're watching this, it was on A Bug's Life videotape.
It's like when the Beverly Hillbillies went to Petticoat Junction. It was like, just blew my mind when they crossed.
Or when Batman was battling the Green Hornet.
Exactly.
Now, I mean it. Now, tell me, would Robin really win a fight against Kato?
No, okay.
Come on.
We're going to waste the whole DVD talking about it. And come on, we're all fans of Star Trek, and The Enemy Within is the best episode of Star Trek.
Good Kirk,
where
bad
good Kirk
Kirk
meets evil Kirk.
That's
and
it.
you had to do this. It just was meant to be.
I just love the fact that Potato Head needs to drive and he's terrible at it.
Ow! What are you doing? You're in direct violation of code 6404.5.
That code is actually the California no smoking regulation.
Is it?
We were sitting in a restaurant when we wrote the line. And
The importance of research. Jurassic Park.
This is my favorite movie reference in all the film, because Rex is so opposite of the T-Rex in Jurassic Park. And also he was inspired by it because Jurassic Park came out when we were developing the first Toy Story. And we had the idea of let's put a dinosaur in there because of how cool that T-Rex was. This line right here.
This is the Buzz Lightyear aisle. Back in 1995, short-sighted retailers did not order enough dolls to meet demand.
Is probably my favorite line in the movie because it's true. There was such a huge shortage, as we all know, of Buzz Lightyears after the original Toy Story came out, and none of the toy stores would buy any. In fact, you know, they put orders in for only 60 1,000 Buzz Lightyears in all of the United States and Canada. And Albert Chan, who makes Thinkway Toys and made the Buzz Lightyears, has ended up making more than 9 million Buzz Lightyears since then. So they kind of under-ordered the original Buzz Lightyears.
And then right at that moment, take it just a little further.
And add a monkey.
Add a monkey.
Always helps.
Always helps. Monkeys are funny.
Now, Lee,
Yes.
the Zurg doll.
Yes.
This whole idea of seeing through the back of the eye.
My favorite toy, bar none, when I was growing up was my $6 Million Man doll.
Right.
And the
Mine
$6 Million
too.
Man had a little hole in the back of his head that you could look through to see
his bionic
Steve
eye.
Austin's bionic vision. And I am so happy.
So for all of you that had that doll, that's why this is in here.
Here we go.
Look
into
here.
the eye.
There we go.
And this is the same as the control panel that Zurg has at the
If
beginning
you go
of the
back
movie.
to the beginning, you see the control panels in exactly the same shape as that point of view, and but they're both called Zurg Vision. The character of Al, at times seems so realistic, but look at him. His legs are like 6 inches.
Yeah, I want to know how this guy drives a car.
It's all about caricature. I mean, you
know.
want to make people feel like they're seeing somebody real, but you actually
Yeah.
have to really cheat to do it.
Which Buzz is the right one?
And I love that we staged this just like those old cheesy movies where you'd have the identical twin meeting
You
themselves.
can't cross the mirror
our,
the line.
our homage to Freaky Friday.
It's just purely in profile, no trickery. It's just one guy on one side of the screen, the other guy on the other.
It's like we had to do split screen to do
Yeah,
it.
we farmed out to ILM. And
We contemplated having a seam down the middle to make it look like we did a split screen.
The thing I love about this is when Tom Hanks first came in on the first Toy Story meeting and we had our first meeting with him to play Woody, one of the very first things he said was, "You're not going to make me sing, are you?"
That's the very first thing he ever said to us.
I can't sing. You're not going to make me sing. And so we kind of
Here we
made him
are.
sing. Here it is.
Odd Job.
Odd Job, James Bond.
the guy who animated didn't even know who Odd Job was.
That's right. That's right.
What's an odd job?
That's right. I am still amazed at all the
This
detail.
shot is just so cool.
I love the kids playing patty cake. in
Yeah,
the
watch
background.
this. Watch this.
Get them all fight.
Yeah, watch. Boom. He slugs her and hides,
Oh, bam.
Yeah.
Listen, Flyboy.
Somebody kidnapped Molly.
I know. It's like, that's Molly.
This took 70 hours a frame to render.
Soon to be a new ride at Disneyland, I hope.
Yeah. Oh, that'd be awesome.
Do you remember how this used to start? We were with Andy and Mom, and they were coming home from camp, and they passed by the baggage truck from the airport.
we did
and we
the
were totally
gag
giving
then.
it away, and then
Yeah.
Yeah, this was much funnier because they made it back to the room, and you're kind of thinking, well, how did they possibly get back? And I guess they're just cheating and saying they made it back. But no, we explain.
And I love this couple across the street. This guy standing there with a coffee cup, just like the morning, just like, even as it rack focus, the guy takes a sip of coffee. I just love that.
for the longest time we had no comeuppance for Al, and then somebody thought of it, let's do the commercial again, even though
It makes no sense
Right.
if he's off in Japan.
He's in Japan right now, and this is live TV.
But
and
nobody
it's like-
questions it, and if they do, so what? It's just this is such a satisfying ending.
But
for
you
Al
bought the
McQuiggan.
disc by now.
No
Oh,
refunds.
well. Now, when we cut back, I wanted just to take it home big time. And I remember saying, we got to have Barbie backup singers. And then some of you were saying, well, why would Andy have Barbie is in his room? I said, people aren't going to care at this point. Not only Barbie backup singers, let's put them in sequins.
Iris out on Wheezy.
Okay, Andrew, say something funny.
No monkeys were harmed at all during this picture.
Well, just that one.
I remember at the end of the Bugs Life disc, we were like, well, it's 1 a.m. and we've got to go and finish Toy Story 2.
Well, we finished Toy
And
Story.
now it's 4:30 in the afternoon and we got to go finish Monsters Incorporated. Well, this is Andrew Stanton, writer on the movie, just signing off. Thank you for sticking with us through all this.
Andrew, I'm with you. Ash Brannon, co-director, signing off.
And this is Lee Unkrich, the other co-director of this motion picture, saying good night.
And this is John Lasseter, director, saying thank you for joining us and thank you for suffering through this long commentary. I hope you enjoyed it because we enjoyed doing it. And
Don't talk to any toy you don't know!